Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Sit tight because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the biggest shakeups in the NFC North this season. We've got some wild rumors swirling around, and it involves none other than Breece Hall. Yes, Breece Hall, the talented young running back who's been making waves in the NFL since his rookie year. And surprisingly enough, there's talk that he might be heading to the Chicago Bears. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What? Breece Hall to the Bears? But hang on, because there's a lot to unpack here and the implications are huge. Let's start with a quick refresher on Breece Hall himself. Coming out of Iowa State, Hall was immediately seen as a game-changing talent. He's a versatile back with explosive speed, agility, and vision that make defenders miss and defenses nervous. When he was drafted by the Jets, many saw him as the future of their rushing attack, especially after a promising rookie season that showcased his ability to break big plays. But as we all know, injuries can sometimes derail even the most promising careers, and last season was a bit of a setback for Hall due to injuries that kept him off the field for a significant part of the year. Still, when healthy, he's proven to be a dynamic player who can carry the load and be a true threat both on the ground and in the passing game. Now, why would the Bears be interested in trading for Breece Hall, especially considering their current roster situation? Well, if you look at the Bears' running back room, it's a mix of promising talent and some unproven options. Justin Fields is the face of the franchise, and while he excels as a dual-threat quarterback, the team has been trying to bolster its ground game to take some pressure off him and to diversify their offensive attack. They already have some solid players like Donta Foreman, who showed flashes last year, and rookies like Rashawn Johnson, who has potential, but adding a proven, explosive back like Hall could be the missing piece to truly make their rushing attack unstoppable. Here's where it gets interesting. The Jets, on the other hand, are in a tricky spot. They have a solid core of running backs, including DeAndre Swift, who is expected to be their lead back, and Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis, both of whom have shown promise. Yet, with their Super Bowl aspirations, they might be looking to shake things up and get maximum value for Hall, especially if they believe they can upgrade or diversify their backfield. Remember, the Jets are also stacked at the position, and with their ambitions, they could be open to moving Hall for the right package, particularly if they believe they can find a younger or more fitting piece to complement Swift and their other backs. And what about the Bears' perspective? Well, they're in a fascinating position this season. With Justin Fields entering his third year, the expectations are sky high. He's shown incredible flashes of brilliance, but consistency and supporting cast have been issues. If the Bears can add Breece Hall, they're not just adding a talented runner, they're giving Fields a weapon that can change games at any moment. Imagine a running game that features Hall's speed and vision, making it even harder for defenses to load up against the pass. It's the kind of move that could turn the Bears from a decent team into a legitimate playoff contender. Plus, with the Bears improving other aspects of their team, like their offensive line, which has gotten better this offseason, and their receiving core, led by DJ Moore, adding a player like Hall could be the final piece that elevates their entire offense. Remember, the Bears have been building for this moment, and a move like this signals that they're serious about competing in the NFC North and beyond. And speaking of the NFC North, let's not forget how this division is shaping up. The Vikings have been somewhat in flux, but still a formidable opponent, especially with Kirk Cousins leading their offense. The Lions, on the other hand, are on the rise, with Jared Goff playing some of the best football of his career and a dynamic group of receivers and running backs. The Packers, well, they're in a rebuild, but they could surprise us. But if the Bears land Hall, that could tilt the division's balance of power significantly. They would have a legitimate offensive weapon that can help them control the clock, wear down defenses, and keep their defense rested, something that could make all the difference in close games. Now, let's dive a little deeper into how this potential trade could actually happen and what it means for both sides. The Jets might be looking for draft picks or younger players who can contribute immediately, perhaps even a future pick or a promising young player from the Bears roster. The Bears, on the other hand, would need to evaluate if they're willing to part with some assets to secure Hall's services. Given the current landscape, I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago considers this a strategic move to accelerate their rebuild and make a real push for the playoffs. But we also have to consider the impact on the locker room and team chemistry. Breece Hall, with his explosiveness and youth, could bring a new energy to the Bears' offense. His ability to catch passes out of the backfield and make plays on the ground fits perfectly with the Bears' offensive scheme, especially with Justin Fields looking to maximize his playmaking ability. The chemistry between a quarterback and running back is crucial, and if Hall joins the team, he could quickly become one of Fields' favorite targets on the ground. And this isn't just about one player. It's about the message it sends across the league. The Bears are serious about winning now, and they're willing to make bold moves to do it. Fans have been craving a real star at running back, and Hall could be that guy. Someone who can change the course of games with one run, one catch, or a decisive block. His addition could also force defenses to respect the run more, opening up opportunities for the rest of the offense to thrive. Now, I know some of you might be skeptical. Is it really worth giving up draft capital or a player for Hall? But if you look at the bigger picture, the Bears are not just trying to patch things up. They want to build an offense that's dynamic, unpredictable, and capable of competing with the best. Breece Hall is exactly that kind of player, young, talented, and hungry to prove himself after his injury setbacks. And let's not forget, the NFL is a league where moves like this happen all the time. Teams are constantly reevaluating, retooling, and making bold decisions to stay ahead of the competition. The Bears, with their recent draft picks, their improved offensive line, and now possibly adding Hall, are putting all their chips on the table. It's an exciting time for Chicago fans, and whether or not this trade materializes, it signals a clear intent. This team is no longer content with just competing, they want to dominate. So, as we sit here speculating and analyzing all these possibilities, one thing is clear. The NFC North is about to get even more interesting. The balance of power could shift dramatically in just a few days or weeks, and if the Bears manage to pull off a move for Breece Hall, it could be the move that propels them into serious Super Bowl contention sooner than we expected. Remember, this division is full of talented teams, but with Hall in the backfield, the Bears could finally have the piece they need to break through and make that deep playoff run. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Breece Hall would be the perfect addition to Justin Fields' offense? Or do you believe the Bears should hold on to their assets and focus on their draft picks? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis. So stay tuned for all the latest Chicago Bears news, because this season promises to be one of the most exciting ones yet.